and craftaholic, thanks for joining me. If you've been following me on Instagram, you'll know I got some new craft organisation this week and I wanted to just walk you through it for my video this week. This is one of the pieces that I got from Ikea, and this is the Hemnes, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, desktop, and as well as that I got the Alex drawers as well, which I'm going to walk you through. As you can see here, I've got a huge window behind me, which is why I wanted to get some storage for the desktop, because although I've got quite a large desk area here, I think it's a couple of meters long, the problem is there's no storage behind it, so this is going to be perfect for my craft solutions to have close to hand. Now I am still going to make full use of this little desk caddy that I've got. I absolutely love this. I got it for Christmas. As you can see, it holds so much stuff you would not believe. So it's great to have all of that close by because I do reach for it quite often. And you'll see as well I've got my beautiful LED light here, which I use, and my diffuser. So I love having that on when I'm crafting. I love sandalwood, so that's my scent that I usually put on. And what I've done here, and I hope I don't go too close, I hope I can manage to do this for you. But you'll see first of all on this side it's got some little drawers, and I've just put all my inks in there, the ones that I use all the time, that I really need close to hand, as well as some bits and bobs for my fuse tool. I've tried to keep both sides as kind of synchronized as possible with symmetry. So I've split up my little, don't know what you call it, a little case that I had with all of these little boxes in, these 6x4 boxes, and because they were out of reach in a case, I wasn't using them that often. So these little cases just include lots of bits and pieces, so I've colour coded them as you can see, and when I finish a spread or I've got little bits of kits left over, this is where I kind of store them. So if I've got one particular colour, it's just a random selection of things in that colour that I can use just to decorate and embellish. So you can see here there's just a bit of a mix. So these are just die cut pieces. If I've got bits of leftover paper and I make my own die cut pieces, then I just put them in these little tubs as well. So I'm hoping by having them close to hand I'm going to use them a lot more than I was. Nothing in this at the moment, just a little decoration more than anything, but these little clay drawers I'm absolutely loving as well. So I have 6 of those, as you can see, and I've got these from Kmart. They were $9 each. So on some of them I've put some little embellishments at the front just to indicate what colour is in each drawer, and again these are just little leftover pieces that are colour coordinated. Nothing in this little caddy at the moment, but I'm sure I'll make use of that pretty soon. And these are just also some more little die cut ones. This is where I keep all my vellum pieces, and this is just random kit as well that I've got in there. What's this? Oops, this is the Paige Evans one. This was little washi holder, was also from Kmart. This was $2, I couldn't resist. And I've got a couple of washes in there that I absolutely love, and also a few that I don't love. So I use that really for putting down my dies and things when I need it. So my top shelf, this really is my go-to. So although I've got my little caddy here, the stuff that I use all the time is in this little box, so I keep this close to hand. So my glues and my little pencils, tweezers, little scissors, that kind of thing. I use these all the time, my tape runner, and then this is a recent purchase with my last kit that I want to start using as well. Use a little bit more liquid glue. But I have to say this one is perfect because even though it is a permanent one, you do have quite a bit of time, you can move it around a little bit. So that's my favourite at the moment. And then of course these are not the life-changing brushes, but they're very similar. Is it Isaci, would you say that's called? I got these from scrapbook.com and I absolutely love them. So I keep those at the top. I've got a little bowl for the current project I'm working on. So I'm just working on this little flip kit at the moment for my niece. So I've got all my bits and pieces for that. And then I've got my diamond press as well for just little dies where I don't need to get up and about and do my big shot. This side is probably more storage. I love using these little bowls for when I'm using sequins to help gather them all up, put them all back. So I'm just keeping that there, and these are similar die cut pieces as well, so these are all my gold things in one spot. So just the same as the others. And then similarly, oops, I'm missing this one. This is just a random tray of things that I really want to get through because I've had these for so long and just haven't used, so I've put them up there as well in the hope that I'm going to get through them. And this is another one that I use quite a lot, just with my doilies, tissue paper and so on. So good to have the things close to hand that I want to get through. So if it's out of sight, it's out of mind, and I just will not use them. This drawer here is just full of stationery items, to be honest, more than anything. Just a few pens, my hole punch, adhesives, that kind of thing. This little tray is also one that I'm kind of trying to get through. These little sticker books are always at hand. I love these sticker books. There's so many in them. I will always find something in a spread that I want to use. And then the rest of them I've just sorted by type, could you say? So the see-through ones, the little phrase stickers, depending where I've got them from, like my Kaiser Craft stuff. Yeah, so again, having them on my desk means I'm going to think about them when I want to finish off a layout, and I'll find ways of incorporating it. And then lastly on my desk is my little tiny Fiskars guillotine. So I'm absolutely loving the storage it's given me, but it does look a little bit bland at the moment. So I think at the weekend I'm going to make myself some little pom-poms just to put a garland across the top, get some nice colour going. And although it's super functional, I just want to pretty it up now really as well. There's a little bit of a gap between, not much as you can see, that's really close on my paper trimmer. So this is the one that I use all the time. Now this used to be on my desk as well, taking up space, so it's good that I can put it underneath. And then just my tea ruler as well, that I usually keep to hand. So you can see I have labelled these drawers, which I saw on Simon Hurley's YouTube channel. So thank you, Simon, for that idea. I absolutely love it. If you've not come across Simon's channel, he's a card maker. He's absolutely amazing, so check him out. So this is probably my favourite drawer because of the colours. I don't have all of the distress inks or all of the markers, but this is a great way to start my collection and to see it all. A few daubers, although I don't obviously use those anymore since I got the life-changing brushes. A few other little markers and things that need to be kept horizontal, the storage. And I've just got my Distress Refresh, and that's just watered for helping when I'm spraying on distress layouts. My little punch for when I'm doing stitching stuff, and then these are just little magnets as well for my stamping tool. So that's the distress inks. Again, I don't have a huge collection of inks. I'm trying to build them up, but these are the ones I do have. So at the moment I've got loads of storage for my little stamping tools. This is the Weir Precision Press, which is absolutely suitable for me. I don't need too much stamping with that. And you see not too many colours as well. So I've got, keeping these separate from the distress. This drawer as well is probably a little bit of a waste, but I've got the storage. So this is my little waffle flower water mat. I did think about putting on my watercolours and stuff in here, but really I use my sequins in almost every spread that I do. So I thought it better to have those close to hand because they were on a shelf, as well as all of my not very many embossing powders as well, embossing tool and pen and so on. So keep those close to hand for when I need those. Paper's the next one. This is another one that I didn't keep close enough to me. It was on my shelf. So this is scrap paper. So this one is just full of plain. This one is full of patterned. So the idea again is to have it close by, make sure I use it, and then hopefully reduce waste and get rid of all these little scrap pieces that I have. This is also just scrap paper that I have for when I'm doing a little bit of stamping, testing it out, and these are just project life cards as well that I use if I want to make my own little journal cards. This is a newish drawer, again for me because I've only recently subscribed to a monthly kit, but I do have a couple of these really useful tubs, which is where I previously kept stuff, and I absolutely love them because they've got all these little compartments in, You can lift that off, and it fits a 12 by 12. So on the top is the kit that I'm working on, and then underneath I'm just keeping the other kits that I've not started yet, so they're ready to go. And I think using it this way will make sure I really do deplete the kit I'm on in terms of all the embellishments and papers and so on before I move on to another kit. And this is just some more little kits and some matching collections really as well that I'll keep in here. And then this last drawer, as you can see, is just Christmas, and I wish it was on my Christmas stuff, but it's not, so I am definitely not going to buy any more Christmas things until I've got rid of a lot of this. So again, like the other tub, I've got all my paper underneath, and on top I've just got all my embellishment stuff. More embellishment stuff in here, mainly wood chips as well as stickers, but all of my acrylic stamps are located somewhere else, and my stencils are somewhere else. This is just ink, drawing ink with some glittery pens and so on, just for the sake of having somewhere else to put it nearby really. So I'm wishing that I'd gone for these Alex drawers when I did my craft room a few years ago, because I went for the Kallax cubes, as you can see here, but I feel like you get an awful lot more storage out of these drawers than you do these. Thank you for watching.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you've got any comments about this video, please leave them below. I'd love to see them. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. That way YouTube knows to recommend similar ones for you. And finally, if you'd like to see more from me, and I hope so, please subscribe by clicking the link below. I post new content every weekend.